Welcome back to Paradise Killer. I think it's episode like 16, something like that. And we're kind of just cruising around, making our way through the world, having a fun time, hopefully. Opening some gates from this side, because I think that they're locked from the other side. Grabbing some green gems. Once again, jumping instead of grabbing, because that has apparently become a thing. Now, we've been down here before, which is why all of the loot is gone. But over there is Crimson. So we could go straight to Crimson right now, but I don't want to get in a talky thing right at the beginning of the episode. I watched back some of my episodes, and it's pretty clear that the talky parts are not what we should be focused on right at the beginning. They're definitely more of a mid or end episode thing. So we'll make our way over there while looking at the various things that are going on here. This is just a very simple puzzle to unlock the gate. There's not even any particular reason to do this, because if we can get in here, we already got in there. There's nothing else to be gained from unlocking it. But they're teaching you how these gates work. And also, I guess it's a little bit faster to run through. Oh, look! Here is our other footbath.
Oh, I'm glad to be... That's strange.
An air dash. Yeah. I don't think we ever need that. Double jump we need, but air dash we really don't. I never noticed any use for it anyway. I hear a jingling and a jangling. There's a lot of pickups in this area. Maybe it wants me to try air dashing here? Is that not? Hold on, sorry, I hit the wrong button. Woo! It's downwards, so that's not going to be any help at all. Oh no! It's fine. Water! Oh, jeez, just drink water. There we are, finally! You're 2 episodes late.
Red Nebula, thank you for your continued patronage.
You have tried a lot of the refreshing beverages we make. You are our most valued customer. Do you have a favorite? Never mind that. Remember that upgrade for Starlight we mentioned? We've come through for you. Hang on for a second. The vending machine has been soft rebooted. You should now be able to get the upgrade out of it now.
Why?
Why is hardware like that jammed into a vending machine? The Dead Nebula security chief is a real moron. He'd been showing off just before the slaughter ritual.
Why? How?
Just get him, Lady Love Dive.
The explanation there is not really required. It's not important. I remember how I got here. I got up to the top of this last time I played, and that was by jumping off of a different roof, I believe. Yep, that one. We could go back to our factory zone and get our upgrade, but I think it would be best for us to stop by and talk to a buddy of ours first. And then we'll spend the next episode going back and getting things. A monument to the moon. The sphere of death, split in 2 by a great chasm. Yep, it looks like the moon. I hear a Dead Nebula drink. No, that's a phone. My bad. Now I'm hoping that it's going to let us get through here. It might be that we have to come in from the other direction. Nope, it's fine. So here's the sewers. The sewers are a little bit strange because you can hear a lot of stuff, but you can't see it. I believe it's up on the surface above us. It's okay though, because what we actually came here for is this lady in the bell-bottoms. That's definitely the most notable thing about her. Bell-bottoms.
Good work.
Born in the hospital of our martyred goat, England, in AD 1002 under the sign of the Endless Moon. As a teenager, Crimson left home to fight for Endless Moon in France. She excelled at guerrilla operations and became known as the glamour of the battlefield due to her stunning beauty and presence. When the Great Betrayal happened, she fled to join the Syndicate. Now, all of their backstories are actually very important. Crimson is important to her as well because she wants to do this stuff again. Her whole character arc is that she would really like to be Akiko. She would like to be the one in charge of the island's security.
Thank you.
That's not, of course, that's spoilers. I'm working well ahead of the actual plotline here. But if you know what's coming, you can look and see how they kind of hinted at it coming ahead. I want to take a second and talk about her character art. Putting aside the body, the head is really, really interesting to me. Not because it's like furry or whatnot, but because of the way that they've decorated it. I really like these lines under her eyes, and I'm pointing at the screen like you can tell what's going on. She's got those white curly bracket stings underneath her eyes, and I think that those are a wonderful mix of makes sense for a goat's face and also really cool looking. And she's got a similar sort of dark decoration running up her forehead, and the gold attached to her various horns really accentuates the flow of her horns and her face. I think it's a really stunningly good idea, and it's one of those things where all of the characters in this game have some of the most impressive design elements in terms of how the characters flow and pop. I'm not sold on the rest of her because it's very, very basic, but I mean, I guess that's what they were going for. They didn't want to draw too much attention away from her head, since that's the focal point of her character. Well, that and her tits, because her whole point is that she's basically the glamour girl for that corporation that we've been buying drinks from. Yeah, when she looks at us from the front, you can really see the sort of the way that they give her different facial impressions by having her just look at you in different ways is really good. If you have a non-human face, it can be very hard to make them feel like they're giving you some kind of emotional impact. We may not know exactly what the emotional impact here is, but we're getting, you know, some intensity out of that. That's good. The head, things change. While you were gone, I got blessed by the gods.
Sure.
The 19th Island demon invasion, I killed the demonic general, and the gods saw fit to bless me. So it's been 5 islands since she was a warrior. Since then, she's been a poster girl. This is a quiet place to get away from everybody. After I became blessed, Montserrat convinced me to be the Syndicate's idol. Oh, so it's the whole Syndicate, not just Dead Nebula, whatever. Someone for citizens to look up to if you pray hard enough and serve the gods as best you can, yada yada. That kind of thing. It's good to have a place to hide away and run my sideline. Everybody needs their own space. What happened to the glamour of the battlefield? Been a long time since anybody called me that. The old life is over. Everyone misses their old life. Nostalgia is a curse. Give it time. You're stepping into the Viper's Nest. You're gonna miss exile. You want to buy a secret? So this is the #1 gem sink, blood crystal sink in the game. She will happily tell you everything she knows, and she knows a lot, but it's going to cost you. It's also some question. There's also quite a bit of question as to how she knows this stuff, and there's some question in terms of like fan theories. Who has been feeding her this information? How has she been obtaining it? I'm not sure it's necessary to try and come up with fan theories about that, because she's a famous idol who is respected and beloved by everybody. So I would imagine that she has very little time. It's very easy for her to find things out. Everybody's willing to tell her everything. You find yourself on an island full of criminals. Are you one of them? Not for the crime you're investigating.
Don't be coy.
All shops need stock. My trade is secrets. I don't have a wholesale supplier I can get deliveries from. But she's very popular. She has a lot of friends. Oh yeah, and she's also a ninja god slayer, so I'm sure she could sneak places too. So it's just a pet peeve of mine when people come up with pet theories as to why a character in the game can do something that they're clearly capable of doing without a pet theory about it.
Sure.
So I also mentioned a couple of times how sometimes the implementation, the actual drawings, don't keep up with the character designs. You can see that here in her left hand, which is this artist flubs the hands on quite a few of their sketches here, quite a few of their diagrams. It's a little bit of a shame because I'm a hands-aware person, so I always notice. But it's not bad enough to detract. It's just, you know, could be a little bit better.
I have my ways.
Oh, sorry, that sounds real snarky. Sorry about that.
Thank you.
So this is the first one of the upgrades you're likely to find because you just have to walk over to someone and buy it.
Got it.
Business is
Now here we've
booming.
got the ability to buy background images, and they're random. Maybe not random. Maybe they are specific, but there's nothing connecting them to her. They're just arbitrary images for your background. And in this case, the first one we got was Investigation Freak. I don't know if that's the first one we always get. I can't remember, but it is the one I generally use as my background. So let's start to go through these. It's been 11 minutes. The rest of this is just going to be us talking to her. So, you know,
Thank you.
you can skip ahead if you don't like the talky bits.
Weird.
I don't have enough details. How did Henry escape? How did he breach the seals? The answer to every question seems to be, he's possessed by a demon. Convenient answers are always dangerous.
Nice doing business.
I got lots of secrets to sell. I can give you a whole lot of different people's motives. I don't have an opinion on who did it, though.
The investigate.
These all come at a price. I'm not handing out candy. Secrets take a lot of work to acquire. I've got something on the Grand Marshal, the Architect, the Doctor, the Happy Couple, and the Witness.
Good work.
Take your pick, but come with your wallet. A mass murder opens the market for people looking to buy secrets.
Breed mysteries.
I've still got some investigating to do. I'm going to be straight up with you. This island is full of snakes, and I want you to hear this from me.
That's great.
I hate what the Syndicate has done to me. I'm an idol they trot out to rally the citizens. I gloss over the misery with a pretty smile. The smile, okay. I haven't got anything against idols, but this isn't for me. Montserrat devolved into paranoia. He was tightening his grip on us all, and one of the first things to go on this next island is my little emporium. Emperors can't have, or dictators can't have someone peddling secrets, can they? So, it sounds like Montserrat was going to shut her down. Is that enough to get you to kill the entire council? No, I didn't do it, but someone did, and they're going to want to shift the blame. That's why I'm being straight with you. So she's telling us her motive so that we don't find out from someone else. Now, the funny thing about it is that that motive she just gave us is not the motive that other people give us about her. Other people give us a motive that she wants to be back in charge of killing people, which appears to be the truth. But her motive is that she was worried about her little den of secrets getting shut down, which is kind of... I'm not sure if that's on purpose or whether it's just how they wrote it. You know, just happened to think of two different
The
motives.
investigator is.
Yuri is not my biggest fan.
What do you mean?
How did you two start talking about martial stuff?
Sure.
Asking around about motives. And you think that's enough to be my motive? That I'd kill the council just to try and be a marshal? Are you denying it? No, that's true.
Good.
I was dreading the snakes getting to you. It's no secret that I want out of a life forced on me. I would love to be a soldier again, and this is her motive. We blew past her earlier motive in like a heartbeat because of all the exploration we'd done on the island. But this is her actual motive for everything she does, and she verifies that in the end game.
We're in a dark time.
I was here at my hideout waiting for Lydia's pickup. I'm always the last one to leave the islands. Yuri thinks he's being funny by making me wait. Yuri is the annoying guy who tried to frame her just a couple of hours ago, and Lydia is the lady we first met who does all the driving. So she knew she wasn't going to go anywhere for quite a while, so she was just hanging out. And she has no alibi, so therefore she's innocent. That's how these games always work, right? If I had something, I'd tell it to you. Oh, I didn't want to do that one. Oh well, it's fine. We need to talk.
Secrets
You
are
never called me
dangerous.
Acid.
Fine is
Why was
repulsive.
K-Hax accusing you of stealing the key to the second holy seal?
The facts and the truth.
This makes you a
are not
prime
the same.
suspect, so spill
I'm
it.
innocent.
I promise I didn't kill the council. I need you to know that.
Got it.
Get on with it. The holy seals are the holy grails of secret hunters. They're so locked down and under wraps.
Doesn't add up.
I was losing sleep each night thinking about them. I knew K-Hax designed the second seal, so I also knew he was obsessed with me.
Who knows?
More than I expected. I thought he was just horny, but he got it into his head that if we achieved perfection on the next island, he'd ascend into heaven.
Paradise feels wrong.
In his diary, he called you queen in the astral heaven. Good snooping. Since I'm blessed by the gods, he coveted me as a trophy queen.
Honey,
That guy was out of his mind.
I have a bad feeling
You
about
keep using the
this.
past tense.
I have my way.
I'm not stupid. If the council got on the bad side of a killer and the person who designed part of their security is missing, he's either dead or he might as well be. So she's saying that she got involved with looking for the second, looking for the secrets of the second gate, just out of curiosity. Of course, that's almost certainly a lie. Nobody does things just out of curiosity in a murder game.
The fa-
Who knows?
I strung him along in a relationship. I could persuade him to do almost anything except give me the secret key. There's a data key he guarded. I took it and I made a copy. How did you
Doesn't
copy it?
add up.
You ask a lot of questions. Someone in the Mashiro Heavy Industries owed me a favor. That favor was an hour in one of their high-tech computer labs, so she copied the key that K-Hax had to open the second seal. I put the key back in his workshop, apologized profusely, and did something to take his mind off it.
Oh,
Secrets breed mystery.
I know how to use the key, but I didn't use it. The obelisks on the beach, the key works on them.
sure.
Thank you.
No, there's more, but I don't know the secret.
We're in a dark.
Bad vibes. I could feel it in the air. Things were happening on the island, so I
Crime
didn't use
cannot
the
hide.
key.
When love dies, all that remains are the facts.
Why would Akiko kill the
Business
council?
is booming. Business is business.
Akiko is a soldier. She's their leader. They're the only family she's ever wanted. The marshals aren't syndicate. They're citizens. That's a security measure by Montserrat, which means they're just normal people. They don't have our immortality, and they don't get moved between islands.
Sure.
Don't be coy.
Akiko has endured a millennia of sadness watching her troops die or get left behind. She wants them in the syndicate, get them gene therapied up and create a battalion of immortal soldiers. And her heartache. Now, if you're like me and you played through the game without even meeting Akiko until much later, this doesn't really have the same kind of impact as if you had been, actually meeting her ahead of this. I think it's probably a mistake to let Crimson sell her secrets before you've met her. We still haven't met her in this playthrough. So, Crimson Acid is saying that she might kill the council just to scare people.
The investigator is here. Got it.
I pulled this from the Moon database. You never know when something like this will come in useful. Ah, there's her motion to
I'm
make people
glad to be
immortal.
back.
Akiko falls in love with her troops. That's why she hurts so much. She has had a string of relationships throughout the
That's
islands.
strange.
Thank you.
Captain Voth, the highest ranking marshal under Akiko, is her current paramour. So he was, in theory, one of the ones that was murdered last night, but we already established that the ones that were murdered last night were not marshals. Or at least weren't the people they were supposed to be.
The investigator
Doesn't add up.
got it.
Secrets breed mystery.
So here's the question. We know that Voth didn't die. Are we willing to tell her? Sure, let's tell her.
Sure.
The dead marshals outside the council buildings aren't marshals. The blood doesn't
What?
match. Working
I
on it.
have my ways.
Ooh, the investigator is here.
Why would the architect want to
Nice
kill the
doing
council?
business with you. Good work.
Carmelina isn't allowed on the council because the Silence family were barred from ever being on the council. That's why their family started with Romeo. Get it? You remember her father's crime, right? Romeo's fall from grace.
Sure.
He was deceived by Cosmic Deceit. Cosmic Deceit wanted Romeo to sacrifice Crying Grudge in a ritual that would give Cosmic Deceit enough power to resurrect.
Secrets are dangerous.
Resurrecting gods is a mission, but not at the expense of deceptions and sacrificing other gods. Romeo was stopped before he could go through with it, his punishment was execution, and everybody was barred from ever having a seat on the council.
What the hell?
I have my ways.
Carmelina is currently the highest rank on the currently the highest rank outside of the council, and we're about to move to a new island, so Carmelina is king. Carmelina is the leader.
Don't be coy.
About 25 years ago, Carmelina went into isolation for a year. No one saw her. We have a couple of other things that we know happened 25 years ago. There are a couple of beats in the recent past. By recent, I mean recent by the standards of the council. There was something that happened 10 years ago, and something that happened 25 years ago, and something that happened around 25 years ago as well. I think it was 23, something like that. But those things are important to this game to reach the more well-hidden conspiracy. You can find the first conspiracy pretty easily because that's how the game flows, but the second conspiracy is one where you actually have to put together the hints and the clues, and it involves a lot of like going around the back of places and finding very well hidden things, and I think that's an
That's
interesting way to do it.
Who knows?
We were never shown the fruits of her labor.
Investigator is here.
Yeah, funny. If you know what the game is about, then you know that we actually did just see the fruits of her labor, in some of the most literal senses possible.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Before the first island, during the Great Betrayal, Montserrat made a mistake that got Doomjazz's father killed. This is before you joined up. He was our original military general, a legendary soldier. I've always heard rumors about him. There weren't many humans that God feared, but Doomjazz's father was one of them. When the Syndicate fled to the first island, Montserrat made a stupid call to investigate a tomb that was supposed to contain a heavenly weapon. He was wrong. Doomjazz's father attempted to hold off pursuing armies, and yeah, everybody died. Aiz Kiwami likes to talk when he's had a drink, and Doomjazz was his closest friend. He let the secret slip. So Aiz, who we have a couple of facts about Aiz Kiwami now. He's the guy who's not in the game because he's dead. He killed himself. He told Doomjazz that Montserrat killed his dad.
Got it.
Thank you.
What the hell?
Back in the day, Lydia told you that after she met Sam, they left the world of assassination for good. Yeah, after Lydia stabbed Sam and killed him. But it isn't that easy. Once you're in that world, you're bound to it until you fulfill all of your duties. An assassination is the most effective tool in the world, and all tools have owners. In order to leave their old life behind, Lydia's former master had her do one last job. She had to destabilize the government in Europe. Several dead officials allowed for a regime change.
I have my ways.
Always be suspicious of romantic stories. Life doesn't work out like that.
Don't test me.
Is this what the council murder is? A regime change? Who can say? We haven't met Witness either. I'm not sure. I don't like that we can buy these secrets before even meeting the characters.
Business is business.
We don't even know enough about them to understand whether their secrets have meaning. Witness was growing to despise Montserrat. Montserrat was tightening his grip on us all and giving into paranoia. History was repeating. The island was shrouded in fear. We'd all grown complacent and happy. Montserrat had always been building towards a perfect island and a perfect syndicate. And as you know, the syndicate was formed with the goal of resurrecting our gods 24 islands in, and we weren't doing a great job of it. almost all the pyramids in the ocean are empty. Montserrat didn't care. He decided that was step 2.
I have my way.
Excuse me. Witness didn't trust Montserrat at all. Witness hasn't been deceived by a god, but he's just self-radicalized.
Thank you.
He slipped further and further into worship and fear of the astral masters. You don't need to be deceived into being a servant when you've already got a heavy dose of the end times fear in you.
What the hell?
So Witness murders the council to put the fear of the gods into them and refocuses the syndicate on our holy mission. Oh, this episode's gone on for so long. I knew that this would be a long one because she'd got so much to say.
What the hell?
And we could just like stop and come back later, but there's no point, right? Just go through it. I wish that this had been broken up a little bit better, but it wasn't.
That's weird.
Don't be coy.
Now we're just pushing through the generics.
Hey,
What do you know about the second Holy Seal? This is the one she stole stuff for. We already know what she knows. Yeah. Whew. That took so long I expected the Hangout option to have come back. Alright, what we're going to do now is we're just going to quickly install the upgrades and call it a done. The episode is going to be done. Inventory. Upgrades. That's relics. That's upgrades. With this, we've got 2 of the 3, and we're going to get the 3rd one in the near future if we decide to do more of these episodes. Let me know whether or not you want to see more. This is the last one I'm recording today, and that's that. Have a good one.